YouTube? Your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. So, honey, today I am coming through with an impromptu live, and it's the middle of the day. So, it's okay if you're not able to catch me, but your girl is back with another video. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn those post notifications on. That way, you will be notified every single time I post. And if you are not able to catch this video, and live, that is totally fine. It will be left up for replay, honey. It will be left up for replay. So the replay gang, y'all will be able to enjoy. Sorry to come on here so abrupt. Usually I try to schedule my lives like later on in the afternoon, but today I forgot I have to take my baby to ATL when she got out of school. We don't live that far from ATL. We live probably like an hour and probably 15 minutes from Atlanta. So I got to take her up there to be with her daddy for the weekend. So I'm not going to have time to go live later because when I get back, honey, I'm going to be exhausted. Hey, CC is live. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? But yeah, so I said, let me come on over here and give my perspective because episode 2 came out the other day of the Martin Lewis series on Keesha, and I wanted to get into some things. Hey, Unity Jersey girl, happy Friday to you as well. Yes, Friday, honey. It is Friday. It is a beautiful day outside, and I'm like, you know what? I might actually want to just chill this Friday night. So let me go ahead and go live now. But thank y'all for joining. Alrighty, so we're gonna get into some things, honey. So, as you all know, the other day Martin Lewis dropped part 2 of his Keisha Kaylee series, and I will say, I thoroughly enjoyed part 2 more than part 1. Hey Vicky Matt, good morning. Hey Reese D, happy Friday. Thank y'all for joining. But I definitely thoroughly enjoyed part 2 more than part 1. And I'm gonna get into my perspective why, but I think part 2 was really, really good. I also noticed that a lot of people was mad in the comments. Okay. So why are we so angry? That is also why I titled my video. I'm like, it is a lot of people still upset, and I just don't understand why. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first things first, I think people need to understand the purpose of Martin Lewis doing this series. The purpose of Martin Lewis doing this series is not for people to agree with Keisha staying with Jeremy. It is not for people to look at Ashley in a negative light or look at Keisha in a negative light. It's just simply to give the background to how all this how the hate train started. Because really, this all boiled over and became this 2-year conversation because people built platforms to antagonize Keisha every day, and they did it in the name of, well, she bothered Ashley, or she wrote a book, or she tried to bring down another black woman, right? That was the narrative that caused people to create a platform to go in on her daily. And so basically, really it got out of control, which we all know that happened. And Martin wanted to cover that, but in order for us to cover the what ended up happening with the hate train, we got to go back to where it all started. So I think that people have the misconception that Keisha is wanting Martin to do this series, and I'm not Keisha, so I can't speak for her, but in my head, here's what I think. I don't think she's wanting Martin Lewis to do this series for people to support her decision to stay with Jeremy. I think that she's a grown woman. I think that she's fully aware that she made a decision that most people wouldn't make, or most people would say they wouldn't make from the outside looking in. Hence is why she changed the name of her channel when the whole scandal went down back to the just her channel. Hence is why we don't see Jeremy as much anymore. Hence is why, she does a lot of things differently. So I do feel like she understands, girl, you made a decision that a lot of women would not have made. I think that goes without saying. And I don't think that her purpose of him doing this series is for us to feel a different type of way about the love triangle. It was a hot ass mess. We know that. You know what I'm saying? The purpose of this series is to basically show all the receipts, show how all of this came about, show what everybody was so called outraged about, and transition into how this turned into a hate train, people calling her sponsors, people talking about her kids, kids, people sending CPS to her door, people dragging her, hosting full panel conversations about what may or may not be wrong with her children. That is what it turned into from this original love triangle situation. And so that's just that. And I think a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people who are probably watching this don't know Keesha. You got to think Martin Lewis has he has a wide majority of viewers, ranging from all different ages, because he covers a lot of different topics. And so, yes, it's understandable that some people who may be new to this situation and they're just following the story like it's a documentary may have an opinion about the love triangle and things that happen, and that's totally understandable. But honey, it's some people who know what the hell going on, been here since day one, done seen every receipt, and yet still want to be outraged about this whole Keesha and Ashley and Jeremy in the love triangle situation. Like, listen. Hey, Nicole. Hey. But it's not that serious, okay? Now, I will say, like I said, I feel like part two. Hey, who Kim? Hey. But yeah, I do feel like part two kind of gave us more clarity on, how the hell this whole thing got blown out of proportion. Because watching it, to me, I feel like this shit was blown out of proportion. Honestly, it really was. Me personally, I came into this drama. I seen everything play out from the beginning. So I actually bought the book. I read the book. Seen when Britt made her video. I seen Shanita, kind of out Ashley. I was someone who kind of dibbled and dabbed here and there, and I kind of watched it and viewed it. But I just wasn't like, hey, OC girl. Nicole says, woo, the girls are mad. I went to the comments 15 minutes into their video and MFs was going in. I'm like, how are they already going in when the video just dropped? Exactly. The video was an hour and 30 minutes long. And I literally came onto the video 5 minutes after it had started, after it was posted, and people were already filling the comments up with hate. And I'm like, I think that, listen, I'm not saying that people cannot feel a type of way about the information that's being displayed. I'm not saying that people can't have an opinion that does not favor Keesha, because this is not a let's support Keesha staying with Jeremy thing. That's not what this is about. That is this situation between these women that happens to women every day. These two women were in a situation where a man was cheating and one woman was on one side and one woman was on the other. They had a whole co-parenting fiasco, just love triangle situation going on. It came to the internet and it got blown out of proportion by trolls and fans and people who just want to see mess going. Like, it's not for people to sit up here and be like, see, you guys, she was right. She was right to stay with Jeremy. See, no, that's not what this is for. And I think that people are getting that misconstrued. Like I said, for the people who don't know what's going on, who's walking into it, okay, you know what I'm saying? And I did see a few reasonable comments. I seen a few comments where people were like, look, cool. But for the people who are just dragging this out and, oh, Mark, listen. Hey, Shauna's Place. It says, I say a lot of those hateful negative comments. There's people are too invested, most definitely. And it's a situation that has been going on for quite a while. So at this point, I think that we're all invested in at some point, but I don't understand where the outrage is coming from, especially after the receipts have been laid out clear as day. Definitely too invested. Hey, sincerely, Lachey. But yeah, so like I was saying, I came into the Keesha Kaylee situation, and I kind of indulged here and there, but I didn't really feel the need to start kind of speaking out and kind of giving my perspective on the situation until I saw Keesha really getting dragged. And that's when I really started following it more closely and, really being heavily involved in watching the live streams and things of that nature. In the beginning, I never really I saw the Brilliant Breed conversation when it was cut up in the Day of Reckoning, and I watched clips of Britt's video that made Ashley mad and all of that, but I had never really seen every single receipt in detail the way it was. Like, I didn't even know that whole conversation between Ashley and Jeremy, and when she was telling him that she was feeling some type of way, like, I never even knew that happened. And so for me personally, yes, OC girl, honey, Invested is an understatement. But yes, for me personally, when I first came into the Keisha Kaylee situation, I had the same sentiments as everybody else, right? I felt like Keisha was trying to downplay the situation to take up for her man. That's how I felt, you know. But after really seeing everything play out, and after even watching this series, it wasn't it wasn't her downplaying Ashley to uplift Jeremy. It was as simple as this: Keisha and Jeremy had built a brand. And like I said, me personally, I had been following Keisha before she merged it into Keisha and Jeremy. I personally would not have put Jeremy on my channel and turned it into a couple's channel because there's too much backlash that comes with that. Kind of similar to De'Ara and Ken, people just would not let them live, so they had to eventually separate and go their own ways. It says the dragon still don't make sense, girl. It still don't make sense. But yeah, so for me personally, when I followed Keisha before it was the Keisha and Jeremy channel. And so I was one of those people that when she changed it to Keisha and Jeremy, I was like, oh Lord, this ain't gonna be good, right? So here's what I feel like it was. Like I said, I will admit, when I first started watching the drama before Keisha started getting drugged, when the book came out, I felt like she was just trying to sweeten it up to make it look good, because she was embarrassed about what her man had done. But after seeing everything in hindsight, I feel like this is what happened. Keisha and Jeremy built this brand. She had already had a following. People really, really supported Keisha and Jeremy videos before all this drama happened. Like the video when they did the truth or drink, and the video where they did like pranks on each other, those videos did numbers. So it kind of made sense why she turned into Keisha and Jeremy, because people really took a liking to Jeremy. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of people, still had their criticism, they really took a liking to him. And so it made business sense probably for her to turn it into Keisha and Jeremy. And I feel like because the brand was built on Keisha and Jeremy, she felt like she had an obligation to, keep uphold an image, or she felt like she owed her fans an explanation for the infidelity that had transpired. She told us that he was, she gave us a documentary where she revealed that he had been unfaithful. And so she had already kind of let us into the fact that, there were some relationship problems. And so when this baby comes, she also has to figure out a way to explain it. Now, behind the scenes, Keisha and Ashley was slick cool. They slick had a co-parenting situation. We saw Ashley say verbatim she would rather talk to Keisha. So they slick had a smooth operation going, And so with that being said, now that I see it played out this way, and now that I see the drama continue to unfold, at first where I thought it was just probably Keisha trying to, make it look good and not want to embarrass Jeremy, it really was her just trying to keep the damn peace and just try to please everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was the one that was done wrong. She got to try to she want to keep her channel brand friendly, so she can't come on here and go in on her baby daddy, and she can't have this whole ghetto scene going on. So she trying to please the brands. Her and Ashley done got kind of cool, so she really ain't trying to speak on Ashley too much, and she ain't trying to reveal too much because that may cause some drama. You know what I'm saying? She still got to consider Jeremy because she's still finna stay with him. So honestly, I just feel like the book, the sit down video, all of that was her trying to do damage control, not to downplay Ashley, not to discredit Ashley, but to uphold a brand and to please people. Now that still backfired. I still would have did it. I just would have edited it all out. But I don't think that it was with ill intent. All right, let's get into these comments. It says they ain't watching this series with an open mind. They are watching to be able to pick Keisha apart even more and bash her. They act like Keisha didn't have years invested into her relationship. Exactly. Like, I feel like people are just being totally just unrealistic. It's like, why the hell are y'all mad? Everything is being cleared up and y'all still mad. Like, what's the problem? Nicole says they reacting like Keisha and Jeremy just started dating each other. Keisha is in love with Jeremy. They're overlooking the fact that this woman invited Ashley in with open arms. Exactly. Like, everybody is sitting here with they panties in a bunch. Everybody red in the face, blue in the face. Everybody is outraged, but people are overlooking the fact that Ashley and Keesha had a cordial relationship. Ashley even Ashley even said out her own mouth that she preferred to speak with Keesha over Jeremy at one point. Now we know that her mind changed. We understand that. But I don't understand how we get that Keesha was obsessed with Ashley, or Keesha was trying to control the situation, or Keesha was trying to no. Ashley and Jeremy involved themselves in a messy situation, and they weren't prepared for the outcome. They lacked, and I'm gonna get into something. I'm gonna get into how I feel about their conversations as well, but they lack some communication skills. And Keesha was in trying to just play super save a girl or super save a man, and she was trying to come in and clean up the pieces, because she knew that at the end of the day, I have the platform this is all going to backfire on. So let me just try to do right by everybody. And I don't understand why the hell she getting drugged for that. Hey, Lady Devereaux. It says, I noticed no one pointed out Ashley wrongdoing and the shady stuff she was doing. Exactly. And that's what I was just saying in the comments. Like, I was commenting under Dee's community post, and she just was asking everyone what they thought about the video. And a lot of people were like, but Keesha should do better, and Keesha should want more, and you all should want more for Keesha, and Keesha this, and Keesha. And this is the thing. Ain't nobody saying that we would have done what Keesha would have did. Ain't nobody saying that Keesha is perfect. But what we're saying is, the people who are speaking out in support of Keesha, is we've been saying the same thing over and over. It's pretty much redundant at this point. You all, and when I say you all, I'm talking about the people who created platforms to drag Keesha. You drug her in the name of, she called this woman a side piece. She downplayed this woman. But there are clear receipts of the very woman who you all are acting like did nothing wrong. There were clear receipts of her doing things that contributed to the situation being messy as well, but no one wants to talk about it. Ain't nobody gonna at least say, well, damn, she shouldn't have been still trying to mess with him after she met Keesha. Now, that was a little trifling. She shouldn't have been trying to still sneak and geek with him, knowing damn well she had been buddy with Keesha in the messages. Because, I mean, everybody acting like Keesha was stalking her, but hell, we see messages where she reached out to Keesha too. They were trying to have a cordial thing going. Like, let's be for real here. I feel the same after seeing whatever the motive was. I think she tried her best to be open armed to Ashley. Things Keesha, Ashley, and Jeremy did was wrong, but more so wrong on Ashley and Jeremy. Really, exactly. Sincerely, Lachey, exactly. I feel like Keesha did not make a wise decision by being so accommodating, because you can't be accommodating in a situation where you were done wrong. She should have let Jeremy and Ashley figure out their situation they created, and she should have put herself first. So I do feel like she went wrong not putting herself first. I also feel like her having the whole conversation with Bree and Bree, that was a mistake. Like, that was not a good decision. And I think, and she's acknowledged that wasn't a good decision. But other than that, what the hell else did she do? She had a conversation with a stranger that she didn't know. Okay, cool. That went smart. We all know that. And she was too accommodating and kissing ass to her baby daddy and his other baby mama. Okay. Those are the two things where she went wrong. But people are making it seem like she's this sneaky, evil, conniving person. But no, cheating on your girlfriend is sneaky and conniving. Going along with somebody who sneaking and geeking on their girlfriend is sneaking and conniving. Going up in somebody's house and text them and, oh girl, I want to check on you. I'm just wellness check. Let's see how things are going. I would rather speak to you. But then you telling the baby daddy, oh, you making me feel some type of way, honey. I want you to handle that. That's trifling. No judgment. We all been now. I ain't trying to say that Ashley is an evil person, because I don't think that she's an evil person, but that is also something that can be talked about, but it's not. And I mean, at this point, the situation old. So this ain't even about dissecting their actions. It's about, you guys in the comments. This is just a background, okay? We ain't even got to go back and drag Ashley. We ain't even got to go back and drag Keesha. Why can't we just appreciate that this is the background telling us what the situation was between these two women and how it led to a cancel Keesha train? Period. But if you all are going to insist on dragging Keesha, Then why the hell y'all not calling out anything else? 2 years later, we see all the receipts. We see every person in the situation making a mistake. But yet we're only talking about one person still. It's amazing. The gutter mommy says nothing in the situation that Martin showed is an excuse for Keesha to be bullied, and that's the most important part. Exactly. That's what you all are missing. What the video and what his series is going to end up turning into is Keisha's brand deals being contacted, her children being talked about, her being harassed and degraded and berated every day on the internet. And regardless of how you all feel about her stand with Jeremy, her interaction with Ashley, regardless of anything, it still did not warrant the hate train and the harassment that she received. Like I said, we don't got to go back and acknowledge everything that Ashley did that was shady. We don't have to do that, right? Because the situation is over with. But we still need to move on altogether, though. We still not finna sit here and keep having these hour-long drag sessions on Keesha. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we can move on from all of that, because all this is showing is the internet blew the situation between Keesha and Ashley out of proportion. Period. These two women were doing just fine behind the scenes. The internet took the situation, instigated it, and blew it up. Period. Even if Keesha was trying to keep tabs on Jeremy and how he moved, it was warranted because he was the one who broke the loyalty. That is true. Martin pointed out many lies from Ashley. Yeah. Yes, all those reactors are quiet. Nia, Toya, etc. It says, I can't believe we still got to have the conversations. LOL. These people literally choosing to ignore the truth at this point. Exactly. Like, these people still want to go in on Keesha and want to shame. It's like, man, well, y'all not understand the whole component of what's going on. Like, yeah, you all literally want to drag her, but she literally, before this series started, she said, I didn't even want to go there. I didn't even want to bring up receipts. I didn't even want to cover the original story. But Martin wanted to make it clear that the only way for us to understand how the bullying and the harassment started is to talk about everything. So no one is watching these, like, everyone's in the comments acting like Keesha wants us to support her being with Jeremy. That is not the goal of these videos. The goal of these videos is not for us to change our minds about the love triangle. You know what I'm saying? It's not for us to change our minds about the book. It's not for us to change our minds about anything. It is just for us to understand how all this started. That's it. That's that. Why the hell is everybody so mad? I am confused. Lady Devereaux says, right. We just accept exactly. We just respect her decision. She's a grown woman. Like, she's not there. Like, and this is the thing that I don't understand. There are so many public figures, even other vloggers, even other YouTube vloggers who have been in toxic relationships. When Offset has been caught in multiple situations on the internet, multiple times, right? And we have seen Cardi B take him back with open arms, and we have seen her defend him and chomp people off for trying to disrespect him. And eventually people just let it go and respected it and was like, okay, whatever. We still love Cardi B. And, it's been the same for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce came out and said Jay-Z had all type of stuff going on the side. We seen Salon bop him upside his head. So it was getting real. And we still love Beyonce. I mean, it's a lot of people. Hell, a lot of people. I can go on and on and on that have opened up about infidelities. There are celebrities who have had Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade. There was a child made in their relationship. Like, it's all type. This type of stuff happens. It's not desirable. It's not something that we should promote. It's not something that we should encourage our Black women to stay through. But it happens. So why the hell are y'all mad? Yeah, it's ridiculous at this point. Definitely. Exactly. She was telling that man to make fake profiles so she could see his videos. Right. Ashley allowed social media to tell her what to do, just like she blasted Keesha over a lie someone told her when Keesha said his son had stuff in the room, not that he is staying at their home. Exactly. And I'm glad they showed that. I'm glad that Martin spelled it out. Like, this girl did not come over here and make it seem like the baby was over there having a good time. All she said was his stuff in there. I can't go in there. Like, come on now. It says, yeah, Bree and Bree conversation made me uncomfortable. Bree was, yeah, she definitely was wrong because you definitely was in that conversation participating. So why would you give that up and act like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Miss LJG2G, how you doing? Hey, Rudy. I know, right? The shower, taking the shower with the door and the shower curtain open, video calling half naked when he called to talk to his son. The comments are trying to start the hate trail on again. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's why, it's good that he's coming through this from the beginning. But it's like people just ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. They just don't want to like this girl. They just want to blame her and counsel her. And it's like, damn, the man clearly giving y'all all the receipts that's showing y'all that this shit was blown totally out of proportion. And y'all still want to be upset. All righty. It says exactly, but Keisha is to blame. Half the women taking up for Ashley know darn well they would have been ready for war. Right. And like I said, we've said this several times. Like, I have been on both sides of the playing field, and at the end of the day, Ashley got lucky. She got very lucky to meet somebody like Keisha because, baby, it's people that be wanting to straight take off their shoes and go upside your head, pull up to your job, bust your windows. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody that was texting you, being nice to you, let you into their home. Not only did she invite you into her home, but you got mad at her mom. She still respected you, was still checking on you, still trying to make everything. She was still trying to accommodate you. Honestly, I'm just gonna be real. If Ashley would have had to kiss my ass, period. Like, and like I said, if I'm not I don't give a damn about you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know nothing about you. All I know is you got a baby by the same person. The same person I have a child by. I'm not gonna mistreat your child. Your child is definitely welcome over here, but I don't got shit to say to you. That's the energy that she would have gotten from me. Period. You're lucky if you get a hey or a bye. you know so I don't understand why the hell people are acting as if like Keisha was not out here doing some shit that a lot of women would not have done. It would not have went that smooth. You mean to tell me I get to sleep with your man and I get to come over here and I get to you are going to come, I get to come over here, I get to go out on the balcony and smoke with your man, I get to have the man come over here, me and him still sneaking and geeking. You found out about it and you don't put your hands on me, man, please. She had it made. And you still want my child around with open arms, girl. Keisha said plenty of times she understands why people don't agree with her decision. They can't leave her alone. Exactly. Like Keisha has said out her mouth several times that she definitely made a decision that most people would have made. She has definitely acknowledged that most people would not have done what she did. Like, come on now. Those people are acting blind, deaf, and dumb just to keep up a narrative on Keisha. Right. Her trolls contradict everything. It says, I can't judge anybody's life. That is for God to do, not me. Right. Didn't the late Kobe Bryant cheat for years? Not saying it's cool. It just saying, exactly. He cheated for years. It happens. It happens. Bree was plotting, in my opinion, because her response to Keisha were brief in those messages. Yeah. Okay. Who's in the hospital? I hope you're okay. Bree and Bree was dead wrong. If you gonna send the info, send it all. Keisha was not talking to herself. Yeah, I hope all is well, Miss G2G. Hey, first baby mama. Yeah, Bree was messy, and that's why they threw her butt under the bus on the day of reckoning. Yeah. Keisha was trying to move on and accept the mess up situation. She was being very accommodating. She was taking the high road, and even people seeing her do that be like, well, now she was just trying to be controlling. Man, please, please, please. She could have easily took it there. She could have easily been the type of person that where you work at, where you at. Yeah, pull up, all right, pull up and let's get it. I know damn well I ain't invite you up in here and you still sneaking and geeking. Both of y'all. It could have went a whole different way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I encourage that type of behavior. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't understand why certain women would want more for Keesha, because when you do see her talk about the situation, and when you do see her have to speak for Jeremy and his decisions, it is cringy, right? Because it's like, damn, sis, you shouldn't even have to go through none of that, you know? So I'm not criticizing people who just have words of encouragement for her. And I'm not criticizing people who are like, look, because I even said in one of my videos on the call, it was a video I made when Hazel dropped the call between her and Keesha. I said it myself. I was like, sometimes I feel like, a lot of times people get taken aback because Keesha does speak up for Jeremy a lot, and she does try to tell us what he was thinking. And sometimes it can come across as if she's trying to take up for him. But, at the end of the day, that is not the whole point of this series. You get what I'm saying? And that is what people are missing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like it's not. It's cringy to watch any woman get done wrong. You know what I'm saying? When these other celebrities, I think it's one couple on this is here. I think who is it? Is it Joel and I don't want to say the wrong name, but I think the man name is Joel. It's another YouTube couple. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm not wrong, but I think their name is Joel and Lauren. Hell, he done had a baby on her, and they go back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Carmen and Corey. That was another situation of someone, where it's a lot of back and forth. So at the end of the day, it happens, and it's nothing that someone deserves to lose their brands over. It's nothing that someone deserves to have CPS called on them over. It's nothing that someone deserves to have things ripped away from them for. It's a situation where we can just pray that these women, do better or find better partners, but it didn't have to go to the level that it went to. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. Like, we always looking at Keesha when this first happened, like, girl, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But that does not warrant the amount of backlash she gets. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? I felt the same way about Carmen and Cora, and people was always going in on Carmen. Like, leave this girl alone. If she gonna stay with this man, that's her decision. Leave her alone. There's some women who would dare him to go see his child or have parts in raising his son. I have a aunt that dare her husband to see his child, and the child was before her. Right. Like, she didn't interfere with him going over there. This man was going over there taking formula. You got to be alone with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't understand what the hell was the problem. Now, what I do think is, instead of doing the internet stuff, I feel like let me read some more comments. It says, no, all of Bree's messages were not included. She unsent some of her messages. Oh, yeah. Key32 says, I don't watch them, so I don't know what's going on. LOL. I'm just here to support the channel. Oh, thank you, Key32. Thank you. It says, yeah, I'm pulling up on the ass after I'm finished with his ass. Both of them gonna catch me outside. Okay. It's this thing called love. It's crazy. If Keesha did Jeremy wrong, he would want to her. Right. I just hope, which probably won't happen, but people stop dragging both women. Their kids are siblings, and they still have to see this mess. Exactly. And I feel like people are acting as if Martin is presenting this situation in a messy way, and he's not. He's presenting the information in a way that makes sense. He's making sense of the things. And I like how he even got clarity on this sit down video. And a lot of people, like I said, watching it back, I don't understand why people feel like they were trying to discredit Ashley. If anything, they were just trying to not address the other woman at all, because they did not want her to deal with all the backlash, because they had some type of amicable situation, outside of this. Now, like I said, and let's just keep it real. Do I feel like, after you done cheated on me, we finna come up here and glorify your other baby mama? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So even if Keesha did not want Ashley to be in a position where she gets glorified, or people start trying to be interested in her, hell, y'all can find out about her on y'all own. It won't happen on this platform that I work hard for. So I don't understand why people felt like Keesha had this overwhelming duty to uphold some type of image for Ashley, or to speak highly of her, or to be so respectful to her. But at the end of the day, none of that was going on Ashley's end. Like, it's one thing if Keesha got on here and was throwing subs and was dragging her and was dogging her and this, that, and the third. The most the most criticism I saw Keesha give Ashley is when she was having that conversation with Brilliant Bree. But that was a conversation that she never expected to get exposed. That was a conversation that she asked Brilliant Bree not to expose, and the Brilliant Bree did it anyway. And let's just be all the way real. If Keesha would have had the conversation that she had with Brilliant Bree with one of her close friends, she would not have been wrong. Both of them probably were talking shit about each other to their friends. Ashley was talking shit about Keesha to Hazel, which is why Hazel was able to get up here and tell us that Keesha was funky and all this, that, and the third, make all these allegations, and and that is, so Ashley gave Hazel information. Keesha was talking shit about Ashley to Brilliant Bree. Only mistake that Keesha made was she should have been talking that to her real friend and not somebody that you know on the internet. Yeah, Ashley definitely made it harder for herself, and she should have accepted the grace Keisha extended her. Exactly. Ashley's mad she didn't get the red carpet rollout she thought she would. At the end of the day, when she found out Keisha was pregnant with the twins, she should have cut Jeremy point blank. Exactly. She should have cut him off. I said, hold up now. When did Ashley get dragged? Did I say she got dragged? Did I say that? Oh, she ain't got. Nobody has been dragging her. Who did I say that? Look, I'm up here talking so fast. It says Ashley should have gotten real advice from her mama. I doubt her mama would advise her to move that way. True. It says, I hate seeing the women being dragged. The man always hold the Lord till he could really stop all this mess. I'm over this Ashley thing. I'm ready for the bullying and stalking because it seems like, right, I'm just ready to I'm ready for Martin to get to the part where people took this situation that was clearly a blown out proportion situation, and I'm ready for him to highlight some of the damn evil things that people were saying, and all and the trying to cancel her sponsorships, get to all this drag and harassment and bullying these people were doing, because that's the real issue here. The backstory is the backstory. It was not a wise decision on all three of them. All three of them contributed to the downfall of that love triangle. Okay, cool, we over that. Let's get to how people use this situation and justified coming on here every day all day trying to literally ruin this girl. That is the part of the situation where how are we gonna justify that? Because even if y'all feel like she was done for taking Jeremy back or whatever, why? How does that get to, okay, now it's okay for this page to come over here? We can talk about her kids, and we can talk about this, and we can call CPS, and no. So how are we gonna justify that? It says people see Keisha's kindness and professionalism as weakness. Therefore, they attempt to bully her from the comfort of their keyboard because watching her ignites their trauma. Exactly. Thank you, Sneaky. You hit the nail on the head. Thank you. Hey, Blessing Alexander. Hey. But yes, I think that because people know that Keisha is so brand conscious, and they know that, well, and now she has kind of changed it, but they know that she was very concerned about her brand and maintaining this certain type of image. They play on that because from the beginning, she's always tried to prevent herself in a very professional way. She's always tried to prevent herself in a very, just a brand friendly way. She doesn't come over here. She doesn't really try to come on here giving ratchet. She don't try to come on here giving, well, she didn't try to come over here giving a whole lot of cursing. So people took that and they like, oh yeah, she an easy target. We know we can get over on her. We know that we can drag her. Now with somebody like Cardi B, it ain't gonna work because Cardi B gonna tell you that she wish your mama died. You know what I'm saying? So, and she gonna, you know what I'm saying? Cardi B gonna go. She was on here telling folks she hope they catch. You know what? Like Cardi B gonna give it to you raw, real, eat you up, spit you out, and that. You know what I'm saying? So people, it's only so far you're gonna get with somebody like Cardi B who's getting drugged for staying with a man, because she gonna come over here and she gonna say some real down below the belt things, and she ain't gonna give a damn. And who gonna check her? But you have someone like Keisha. People play on the fact that she actually cares about what people think, and so they use that to keep it going, because they wouldn't try that with anybody else. They wouldn't. All right. It says, whole time I'm thinking, where is the mother to guide her? It says, exactly. Keisha moved correctly, in my opinion. She kept it real cute. It says, really, Ashley was wrong. She said it. And Keisha should have left Jeremy in the dust because she's a boss on her own. Sometimes men can be a downfall. True. It says Ashley knew she wouldn't have the same type of parenting with the outside child. It is fair, nah, but kinda. Right. Like, and that's another thing. Like people And even from the receipts in that video, I said it myself. My perspective is this when it comes to my opinion on these two ladies. Keesha was damn sure too nice. She did a whole lot of ass kissing that was very unnecessary. But she was trying to make it right, even though she it wasn't her responsibility to make it right. But Ashley was being too damn demanding to have a baby by somebody else man. Girl, you don't know you don't the normally when you have a baby by someone who already has a family they live with at home, you don't get the privilege to go over there and see what their house looking like. You don't get the welcome into their home to come and kick it and break bread and go to the pool and smoke on the balcony. And you normally don't get that. So like I said, you got very lucky in this situation because had you had a baby by the average Joe, with a ghetto baby mama. Oh, baby, you wouldn't have been welcome nowhere. Drop your child off at the McDonald's down the street, pack his bag for the weekend. He coming with his daddy, but you can't come up in here. That's what some mothers would have given you. Some other baby mamas would have been like, oh no, she can't come in this yard. She can't come in this over this threshold of this door. Her or her sister or anybody else. She can FaceTime her child on the weekend. She can FaceTime all she want to FaceTime. She can check on them every 30 minutes if she want to, but she can't walk her ass up in here. That's the energy some people would have given her. So she had a lot of unrealistic expectations. Now, I do feel like the lines of communication should have been better between her and Jeremy. I think that both of them dropped the ball with the communication. I feel like he did not apply enough pressure when it came to the accommodations for the child. He should have been more vocal or more demanding. And I feel like she also should have been more she it seems like, she would kind of put it out there where she wanted, not really follow up and communicate either, and then get frustrated and block. So I feel like yes, I am on Instagram and Facebook. Yes, ma'am, Blessing Alexander. But yeah, so I do feel like both of them dropped the ball with the communication. And I think that that was their biggest downfall. Jeremy and Ashley did not have the effective communication skills to properly co-parent, but yet some way people want to blame Keesha, and that's not fair. It was their responsibility to make the situation easy, not Keisha's. It says, from now, I'm gonna just ask, where's her mom? But I do understand why she stayed. The kids deserved them to try and make it work. She didn't deserve the mess they put her through. She didn't. She did not. First, my mama says, "I'm happy Keisha is fighting back." Me too. I'm happy that she changed the narrative and started standing up for herself. And even if she loses supporters or whatever, hell, you don't want people there anyway who can't truly see what's going on. I'd rather have 1,000 real, genuine people who can truly see my heart and truly understand that I'm not a good person, that I am a good person, than a million people who are against me, but they're just some followers. Like, I'd rather have the smaller crowd all day long if they're gonna really be for me. It says that is true. Unfortunately, the parenting is different and it's right. And is it right? No, but it can work if they come together. Yeah. I support Keesha, but I do think she talks too much on Jeremy's behalf. Why can't he speak up since he's a part of this and he doesn't have to disrespect Ashley or Keesha? Yeah, and I can understand people's sentiments with that. And I even said it in one of my videos when she was kind of trying to give his perspective on the type of women he liked, or trying to speak about how he felt about certain women. Like, at the end of the day, you don't really know how he felt about these women. You know what he told you, so you can't really speak and say what he was thinking when he was dealing with this one and that one. You know what I'm saying? All you could do is speak on how you felt. So I do feel like it is, she does, I would not speak up for him and try to say what's in his head when it comes to how he felt about other women. I would let him do that, but I think that she's learning that as she goes. I can bet you once Martin gets to the bullying and Paris portion, the comments are going to dwindle and the views are going to go down. I think the trolls only want to see the parts when Keisha's hurt. Right. They're only here to drag Keesha. They're only here for the parts where they know that, no, they're here for the safe part, right? They're here for the part where Ashley, Jeremy, and Keesha had the love triangle and the outside people not involved. But once once he starts exposing like how people really took it to the next level, child, them views gonna be down. Everybody gonna want to flee the scene and talk about something else. The fact that Ashley got the royal treatment, she should have been happy. Right. She got very, very lucky because some people will make your life a living hell. They really will. All because you all dealt with the same man. Jeremy was wrong. He wanted to have both women until he got caught up. Right. And he should have been the only one experiencing backlash. He should have been the only one losing out on income. He should have been the only one getting the grunt of the berating, because it was his situation that he created. I hate that he's not up front and center supporting Keesha. Yes, she had haters, but she has more because of the situation. Yeah, I do feel like he could be a little bit more vocal, but I think that for him, I think that he's like a man, right? And I feel like some men, kind of like the same thing when with the offset situation and all of that. It's kind of like a lot of times men don't like to explain themselves, especially when they the one in the wrong. And so they definitely don't want to get on here and go back and forth with a whole bunch of women all day. You know what I'm saying? Because some people do take it to another level. You know what I'm saying? So that means that he would have to put his energy into arguing with a whole bunch of females all day, every day. But I do definitely feel like he could be more vocal. Most definitely, 100%. Because if he would have came and shut it down and been like, "Oh no, this what it is," and then he did make a video or two, but like I said, even with the situation with Ashley, I feel like he wasn't vocal enough. I think that he most definitely needs to learn how to apply more pressure, because people literally will walk all over you, and I feel like he, even behind the scenes. Baby, you not finna be telling me how this finna go with the damn baby. I'm going to, if I have the capacity to keep my child, I'm gonna keep my child. Where do I need to come get him from? What time are we meeting? Like, and we saw a little bit of that, but it seems like he would fall back, she would fall back. So I feel like he's a little bit too lackluster, and he needs to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to his child. And when I say aggressive, I don't mean aggressive in a negative way. I mean, he just needs to apply pressure to make sure that everything is going smooth. Ashley would not even be in 5 miles of my home. Her healed eye would throb every time she crossed the 5. Okay, listen. It says, these people you guys are following up on, do they have a reality show or are they content YouTubers? If so, how can I find them? I like to follow some of the story. Okay, so here is the page that you can go to get the backstory. The girl that we're talking about, her name is Keesha Kaylee. Yes, she is a content vlogger. She has been on YouTube for a very long time. She started off as a Spelman girl, and she now she does she had a family channel with her boyfriend. He had some infidelity that blew up into this big scandal. A vlogger, well, a drama channel by the name of Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis, he's a commentary drama channel, reaction channel. He is doing the backstory. So Martin Lewis Resurrected. Martin Lewis Resurrected is MartinLouis. He is doing the backstory on this. And so this is a good way to catch up, blessing. So if you want to catch up with it, Martin Lewis is the channel you want to follow. It takes him a while to put out videos on it, but he's covering it from beginning to end. But you can always type in Keesha Kaylee, Jeremy, Ashley, and you'll get kind of like the feel of what's going on with it. But yeah, they're YouTubers. Pretty much, Jeremy had an outside baby. There was a love triangle, and everybody blew it out of proportion and started trying to cancel this girl and started trying to attack her, call CPS on her. They got one of her brand deals snatched. All type of crazy stuff happened, all because people did not agree with how she handled the love triangle. As I think Keesha ought to speak on her platform for him. She should have complete control on what comes out of her channel. Yeah. Ashley and Jeremy both need to grow up and do what is best for the child, right? Because that's where it was. I feel like if Ashley and Jeremy were better at communicating when it came to the child, then it would not have gotten this far. That girl, Kel, says, I remember her saying in her live that she was wrong for not speaking up for before. She said this is her year. She said, I never used to curse. Now I do. Okay. Yes, honey. Yes. Keesha said, listen. She also said she kept quiet because her management was telling her to because of her brands. Now she regrets it. I'm glad she's speaking up. Right. I think that in the beginning, people have to understand Keesha had built a brand she was very brand friendly before all of this. Like, Keesha was the girl that you gonna see doing the Hello Fresh. You know what I'm saying? Have you all ever now don't get me wrong, Keesha has had her share of drama before this. Now I'm not saying that her image was squeaky clean, because people have always hated on Keesha. Let's just be clear. People have always got into it with Keesha, so she has had other situations. But for the most part, she's always tried to give clean, Black girl magic. She's tried to give us, hey guys, she's tried to give us family friendly, digestible content. Nothing too raunchy. She get a little spicy every now and then. Like I said, where her and Jeremy did that truth or dare, that was kind of spicy. But she tries to give us like she used to try to give us like very just brand friendly content, and that's smart because if my primary if YouTube is one of my biggest platforms, this is where my income is coming from, then I'm not going to jeopardize my bag trying to please the audience and trying to be super ratchet or super, you know what I'm saying, or super salacious. I'm going to come over here and try to clean up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That is the kind of like the downside of YouTube is kind of like sometimes it stops you from being your authentic self. Because for me, I don't know if people know it or not, but I curse a lot too. I can cuss. Now I'm like a Southern belle, so I don't really just go out in public cussing, and I don't cuss in front of grown with older people and all of that. But like when it's just me and my friends, oh baby, I'm a cuss, So doing YouTube and even doing commentary, that's why sometimes I even try to make sure that I'm speaking in a certain way, because you have to put out content that is digestible. You have to put out content that is advertiser friendly. Even though we love to hear that real, raw, unfiltered, ratchet talk sometimes. That's why people love the Zeus Network, because it gives you that real down dirty, you know what I'm saying? So yes, sometimes we want to hear those things, but on a platform like YouTube, that will affect your bag. You can't come on here, oh my baby daddy, other baby mama got me effed up, I'm gonna beat her, boo boo boo. Like, even though we would love to see that from Keesha, that's not what she could have gave, you know what I'm saying? Because she still has a family to feed, and this is how she's feeding her family. So like I said in the beginning, I felt like she was trying to downplay the situation, and I gave her constructive criticism about the book and all that. But looking back in hindsight, I kind of understood why she set it up that way. She was trying to be conscious of her brand. She had management in her ear, and she was trying to please an audience full of people who had set this expectation for her and Jeremy to do better, and they dropped the ball. And so she was trying to be the cleanup woman. It says, right, Kels, Keisha was being professional. The same thing celebrities do. Exactly. Like, you have some celebrities who will take it there and who will cuss your ass out. You have the Cardi B's, but, sometimes that can backfire because, she's had a few times, and I use Cardi B because she's someone who also faces a lot of public scrutiny for her relationship choices and things. But, you know, just like this last situation where people were kind of criticizing her for not going to the Grammys, and then someone said something about her child. They said that, I think they said something like, they said something about the reason that she doesn't show her child. They said they tried to say that her child was, I think, autistic or something. That's a mean thing to say to somebody. They're trying to say something is wrong with her child all because she doesn't show him. And even if her child does have some type of condition, why is that something that you should want to throw in someone's face? That's very evil to say. Very evil to say to someone. But yet, people are more focused on her telling the fan, well, I wish your mama would, you know what. And while that is something mean to say, you got to think this is a trigger for her. They're talking about her baby. That's why she went off on the fan and said that. But now people are making this big thing, and that could affect, her some business deals that she has going on behind the scenes, because people want you to be advertiser friendly. They want you to be brand friendly. They don't want you to have too much controversy. Look at what happened with Will Smith. Will Smith slapped the hell out of Chris Rock. And now I didn't really get into my opinion on that, but I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. I think it was, I didn't like to see that, because that was a big night for the Oscars. But then again, that's his wife, so I was kind of split. I was split on that Will Smith thing. That's why I didn't talk about it, because I see how the public felt, and I see how Will Smith felt as a human. But you see, now they're trying to cancel his movies. One wrong move and people try to snatch everything from you, and that's not fair because people are human. And so going back to this whole Keisha situation, like I said, I too was guilty of accusing her of trying to downplay. But honestly, what else could she have done? When she has this brand and everyone is wanting to know, and everyone is, people already harass her on the daily, and everyone feels like she owes them her life. Then that is a lot of pressure to be under. You know what I'm saying? So where I would have came on here and been like, look, I would have aired it all out, or I wouldn't have said nothing. That's just me though. You know what I'm saying? I don't live off of YouTube. My bills don't get paid off of YouTube. So it's easy for me to say that as a smaller content creator. But you know, all right, let's get into some comments. I'm sorry if I skipped some comments, y'all. I had to scroll down. It says Ashley would have never stepped foot in my house. She knew what she was doing and getting herself into. Even though I like Jeremy, he needs to step up and speak up. All that mouth he got and he can't speak up. Yeah, I do wish he would speak up more. I will say that. It says, yeah, people used to tell her in the comments that she needs to drink and let loose just to see her out of her element. Yeah. Yeah. Keesha should not have been the one negotiating visitation rights for Jeremy and Ashley. Their communication was terrible. Their communication was terrible. I was looking at those text messages like, what the hell? I mean, even the situation where they set up a time and she said, okay, we're gonna get ready, but she never texted him and said they was ready. But he also never followed up and was like, hey, are y'all ready? So both of them dropped the ball. But then they wanna, put everything back on Keesha, but no, the baby mama and baby daddy did not know how to communicate, and that was the reason why everything was so messed up. It says, why would Cardi want to show her son um as soon as he show why would Cardi want to show her son when as soon as she showed her daughter, they call her daughter ugly and other crazy? Exactly. Like, why would you put something like that on my child? And what if my child really is dealing with this? You don't know how that feels as a mom to go through that. And why would I put my y'all literally she had to delete her daughter's Instagram because people were being so mean. Why would I show my son? Y'all gave my daughter hell. But people ain't gonna talk about that. People are not gonna talk about how people were, basically on Culture's Instagram saying mean things, all under Cardi's videos saying mean things. But people are gonna only focus on the mean thing that she said to the fan before she clapped back and deleted her Twitter. And like I said, the internet will literally drive people crazy. You all will literally drive people crazy and harass people and make people really, really, really upset and say triggering things, but then get upset when they're not completely transparent. So, like I said, I too used to watch Keesha and I used to feel like, damn, girl, you ain't keeping it all the way real. But then I have to put myself in her shoes. Well, damn, I really can't, because if I get on here and I give it to y'all real and raw, y'all still not gonna appreciate it. When she did let her hair down, and when she did vent about Ashley to Brilliant Brie, and when we do see how she felt, and when she did kind of get real down and dirty with it and speak her mind, when she was saying how she felt to get it off her chest, people still criticize her for that. But these same people will listen to people talk about her children. These same people will listen to people make threats to her. These same people will listen to people will laugh when her address gets leaked. These same people will listen to somebody pull up a dictionary and try to diagnose her child with something and then try to blame her. These same people will literally engage in every other disgusting conversation that is going against this girl. But the minute that she says anything out of order, you all are ready to start crying and kicking and screaming. Like, man, get out of here. Exactly. And her daughter is beautiful. It says Ashley was horrible at communicating. Ashley was sounding crazy the way she would flip. She reminded me of my baby dad or the baby mama, the proud head. Why the conversation always goes south? Right, like her communication and his communication skills, they were both off. Because like I said, and I don't want to make it seem like, there's I'm not a mom, right? So I understand Ashley wanting the child care for Jared, wanting the money for the child care. I totally get that. But I also think that that conversation was scattered. It's like, look, let's come to a common agreement. Let's come to a realistic expectation. Let's do it like this. How about this? Let's look at your schedule. Let's look at my schedule. Instead of sending him to the babysitter every day, all day, let's see about how we can do this. Maybe he can go to the babysitter only on these days, and I keep him the rest of these days. I am his dad as well. You know what I'm saying? But it's like he never tried to go hard. Because honestly, I'd have been like, look, girl, take me to court. Take me to court. Let me get me some visitation, because you're getting on my damn nerves. I'm not finna do this with you. You're not finna tell me that my child cannot come to the home where I lay my head. I live here. I live here. Okay? You're not going to tell me that the baby that I helped make with you can't come to where I live. I know you know what I'm saying? And I get it. She's a mom. She's a new mom. I had a lot of anxiety. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be insensitive. Listen, me and my child's father, we're not even from the same city. He's from Atlanta. I'm from Macon. So when me and him went our separate ways, I had to come back to Macon. He moved to a whole nother apartment that I had never been to. I didn't even know what his living situation was because at the time, he in Atlanta, I don't know, sometimes people have roommates, things of that nature. So I didn't know if he was going to get a spot with one of his homeboys. I didn't know any of that. And I had a lot of anxiety because once we split up, I had to send my child back up there with him every weekend. And I didn't know how he was living or what was going on. But at the end of the day, I had to pray. I had to check in on my child. I had to, what I'm saying, make sure that I was also being attentive to, my child when she's coming back, making sure she okay. Like all, and I mean, my child's a really good dad. I know he's crazy over my child, so I know he's not gonna let nothing happen to her. You know what I'm saying? But I had to trust the person that I laid down with. I chose to get in the bed with this man and have a baby with him. So as much as it gave me anxiety to send her up that road without me with her, this is his child too. He's stepping in every week. He's never missed a weekend ever. Every weekend he want to get her, and I'm gonna let her go because that's her dad. And at the end of the day, we got cell phones. As long as he's keeping the lines of communication open when I'm calling, as long as he's not ignoring my phone calls, as long as I can call and check on her when she's with him every day, then I'm good. You know, it's give and take. You did not have a baby by your husband. You had a baby by somebody who had a situation. So you got to understand that there's gonna have to be some uncomfortable sacrifices. Ain't nobody saying just give your child up and let somebody control your child. We know this your child. We know you're the mom, and we get it. But you are not gonna have 100% say so. All right, let's get into some comments. All right, they be going so fast. So the internet makes you want to snap. Yep, it does. Who Kim says he offered real fast to accommodate. She shut him. Yeah, she did shut him down because it was even a text message where he said, "Hell, I'll just come get him," because she was making it seem like, "Well, look, I ain't gonna bring him all the way over there. That's out of my way." And I get that. I'm the same way. Listen, I don't want to go all the way over there. I'm not going that way. So I understand. But he followed up and said, "Okay, well, I'll come get him. I will come get him." And she was like, "Nope, nope, nope. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? If she's doing majority of the giving the baths, giving the bottles, all that, then it is frustrating. And it do get to a point where you're like, look, nigga, I want to go this way. But at the same time, you have to understand as well that everything's not going to go exactly how you want it to go. Yes, this is your child, but you laid down and had this child with someone else, and you willingly did that. So you got to understand that there's going to be some give and take. It's a girl named Keisha who has been harassing Keesha and even made a petition to get Keisha removed from YouTube, saying she is not fit to care for her kids and is psychotic, and posted it in Paris. People are crazy, and these are the things that happen all because. And they will say, "Well, we're doing this because of the book. We're doing this because of the love triangle." So y'all starting petitions because Keisha got cheated on and she didn't handle the situation how y'all would have handled it. Who Kim says a lot of men would just go about their way when it's difficult. Exactly. A lot of men do. A lot of men be like, you know what? She's making it too difficult. She's making it too difficult for me. I'm washing my hands. So they, like I said, Jeremy should have applied more pressure, and Ashley should have also been more. She should have been more understanding of the fact that things were not going to go exactly the way that she wanted them to go. Because I think Jeremy didn't want her to hand. I think Jeremy didn't want to hand her cash because he did it before. I think he did not trust her with the money. Yeah, that could have went into it. The people were signing the hell out of the petition, even tried to throw up the fact that Keesha had to take antidepressants when she was a kid, etc. She tried to be open and they laughed about it. Exactly. These are the crazy things that people would do, but people want to keep talking about, oh, he said one night stand. Oh, like, but there are other things that happen in this situation that are way more serious than somebody getting called a one night stand, which that never happened. Hey, Simply Danielle. That she had free childcare. Hazel's mother was keeping him for free. Ashley was trying to run game. That could have been a possibility. I think she said she found somebody else, but I didn't. That part was kind of fuzzy to me too, because I'm like, I thought Hazel's mom was keeping him, or maybe I don't know. Maybe that was before Hazel's mom. I don't know. Yep, you gotta trust who you lay down with, Vicky Mac. You cannot produce children with somebody and then start having all these. No, you got. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Some people do switch up after you get pregnant. Honestly, that's understandable. But you gotta understand the bed that you laid in. You laid in this bed. You had a baby by somebody that wasn't your man. He wasn't all the way yours. So you gotta understand you're not gonna be included over there. They're not gonna have you on the family portrait. You don't use because it was even she was like she even said something to the in the receipts like you're talking about you all, but what about me? And it's like, girl, what the hell about you? Because when this baby goes to his dad's house, you're not a part of the equation. And then she also said something like, what me and my sister will be by. I gotta make sure he's comfortable. I gotta see where he's gonna be staying. No, girl, what? Girl, what? If you go to a court and your baby daddy gets, the joint custody, they're not gonna give you no virtual tour of this. Then, well, you may get a virtual on FaceTime if you're lucky, but they're not gonna give you no full tour of what this man house looking like. You don't get to come up in there and fill the spot out. That ain't how that work. You get a mutual location, meeting point, drop your baby off, and go on about your business. He just has to keep the lines of communication open as well, so you can call and check on your baby. I was the same way as a new parent, but communication is the key. Yeah, it's communication is the key. Everything will be better with communication. If you are not comfortable with dropping your child off at somebody else's house, I get it. I understand, right? I had to do that as well. But the better you all communicate, the easier it becomes. Like I said, for the longest, I couldn't even, after me and my baby daddy broke up, I couldn't even tell you where the hell he worked. Okay. To this day, I'm still not 100% sure. My baby daddy, he's an entrepreneur as well, though. So he does a lot of different things now. But I can't tell you exactly what you know what I'm saying. I don't know a lot of his personal business. I don't know. I've never been on the inside of his house. For the longest, I didn't even know where he lived. We met at a mutual spot and went our separate ways. So I mean, she was in a very fortunate situation because baby, I had to meet my baby dad at a gas station, and he went on back up to Atlanta, and I went on back to Macon. We met at a meeting point halfway through, and we did that for years. I'm just now, maybe as about 2 years ago, I'm just now have been able to pull up on him and take her all the way to him if I need to, and vice versa. Keesha was open about things, even her personal documentary, and they threw everything back in her face. She just can't win with these people. Yes, she can't win. And after this documentary, she just need to say the hell with everybody. If you still don't get it, then you just won't get it. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't. I used to be that kind of mom, but now ain't no way I'm gonna be more invested in what he doing. If something goes wrong, it's possible, then take it in serious steps. Right. It is excellent live now. I have to get back to work. Have a great weekend. Have a good weekend, Reese D. Have a good weekend. But yeah, she did. Yeah. If she didn't want her child around another woman, then she shouldn't have had a baby by a man in a relationship, period. Right. Like you cannot literally lay. And then this is the thing. The crazy thing about it is this came from her mouth now. This came from her mouth on her live. She said August was not the first pregnancy. So if this ain't your first time getting pregnant by this man, then and you got pregnant by him again, then why in the hell is you acting like you didn't know that there was both pregnancy? There's another woman in the background. You really think that this child is not going to have to go over here and be with his dad and this family, and you will not be a part when this is supposedly your second pregnancy? So just let's make this make sense. Make it make sense. But like I said, not even to put too much on the situation. It's just these, and it's like I hate to even go back and have to dig up all the things that Ashley did that didn't make sense, right? But when you have a comment section full of people who keep talking about Keesha, 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 it forces you to come out and be like, well, wait a goddamn minute now. How y'all miss this? How did y'all miss that? How does this make sense to y'all? You get what I'm saying? So that's why it's like I don't even, because like I said, this is redundant. We've talked about this a million times before. We've talked about the inconsistencies in Ashley's story before. But the fact that people are seeing the backstory, they're seeing the receipts, they're seeing everything play by play. They're seeing a lot of the lies that people were telling on Keesha are debunked now because of this documentary. A lot of the narratives that people were running with are debunked, and people still want to drag and be highly upset with Keesha. So it forced you to be like, well, wait a minute, y'all ain't thinking about this, that, and the third. All right, let's go to some comments. I may skip a few. I got to go down a little bit. Let's see. I'm trying to. Okay. It says Ashley wanted the treatment Keesha was getting. She wanted him to come over and play house instead of tending to the children. And I mean, I'm not trying to be shady, but that's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was like this. Well, Keesha cool. Obviously, she felt like Keesha was green because, she felt like, oh, well, this girl don't really want no smoke, right? Oh, cool. So since she being so cool and she willing to step in and, be accommodating, then Jeremy, you should be able to play both sides. You should be able to be with her and y'all do y'all thing and then come over here with me and do our thing. And when it wasn't going that way, it seems like she was getting frustrated. To me, that's what it feel like. Simple Danielle says, I'll take what I can get. Yeah, it was given very much, listen, when you over there, you over there. When you over here, Hey, Mariah. That she wants to control the whole situation. Of course, she is doing more than him. The child lives with her. He's in a relationship, sis. True. That is true. Says, right, that judge will look at her crazy. Right, like ain't no judge to be like, yes, we order you to show your baby mama the inside of your house and let her come over there with her sister and fill out the place before the child can come. No, they're not gonna say that. It says half of them even read the book. They was going by hearsay. Exactly. And I'm glad that he even played the clip. He even played the clip of one of the women calling into Paris's live, outraged as hell. But in the same breath that she's saying she's outraged, she's saying, and I didn't even read the book. Well, then how the hell are you calling in here on 10? How are you calling in here on 10, getting ready to give somebody the business, but you didn't even read the book? Make that make sense. It says, yes, even in the second episode, the lady was like, I didn't even read the book, but had all types of opinions. Oh, exactly. Like she was 38 hot, but hadn't even read the book. Well, what the hell are you talking about, lady? I'm talking about you're calling in on 10. And that is the same thing about Martin's video. Martin's video was an hour and 30 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken. And 5 minutes in, here go everybody. He said one night stand. You're not being honest. She lied on Ashley. Like the video is only 5 minutes in. You all don't even know what the perspective is going to be. All right. It says, I wish my baby daddy found a good woman to be with. Honestly, that's a bigger village for my children. Right. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the fact that my child's father has another family now. I'm grateful because now it gives me peace knowing that, okay, my child, she has a female figure in the house with her. My baby daddy, he ain't out here living in no bachelor pad. She ain't in no house full of men all day. Like, she's with another woman who could take her to get her nails done. Like, it gives me a little bit of peace. And man, I'm gonna be honest, me and that girl have never had one conversation. We had one conversation with me and when they first got together about my child's hair. But we've never had like no friendly conversation. It's no beef, but we've just never talked. I don't even think we ever really even said hate each other like that because I've never really see her. But I know who I had a child with. I know that he's going to go to war for his child. I know that he's not going to let anybody play with him or his child. And I pray over my child and I call my child when she's there. And the same here. He bought my child a phone, so when she's with me, he can call and he can check in. So it's all about being adults and just laying in the bed that you made. Hey, we had a baby together before we was ready, and we couldn't stay together. But now we both have to make sacrifices. He got to drive to Macon. I got to drive to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I have to deal with the fact that I don't have control over the household that he's in, and he don't have control over mine. And we are mature enough to understand that it's just some things we not gonna have 100% control over, and that's okay. So she says the pregnancy thing is like she wears the pregnancy thing like it's a badge of honor. No, if you were pregnant once, terminated, and did it again, it says volumes about her character. She wanted to be a single parent. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, they said it was Mama King Kong. Oh, okay. I'm glad he put her in there. Yeah, that was. I'm glad he played that clip because that really gave insight to how people literally don't know how crazy they sound. So you're calling into a lie. Yeah, bump Keesha. She wrong for that book. She got nerve to be whoop the whoop the whoop the whoop the whoop. But I ain't even read the book though. Then what the hell are you talking about? How are you going to drag somebody for a book you didn't read? And then speaking of the book, let's talk about that. So I really, and I'm glad that he broke it down. That, like I said, I was one of those people who read the book, and when I first read it, I was like, "Oh hell no, there's more to this story." But looking back at it, he never said one night stand. Now, could it have been perceived because he did say one night, but he was saying he got drunk one night and it went down. And so, like, I'm just like Martin. He was confused. How the hell do you all get one night stand out of, hey, one night I got drunk and I made a mistake? Now, like I said, I read the book and I'm not going to lie. When I read it, I felt like there was definitely more to the story. But I can't accuse someone of calling somebody a one night stand if they never said one night stand, because when it's time to call out Ashley or when it's time to call out anybody else, everyone wants to get so technical. Well, technically, Paris never said anything about Keisha's children. Technically, Paris was not the one who created the list. You all love to get technical. And when I say you all, I'm talking about the people who don't like Keisha. Everyone wants to get into the technicalities. Well, technically, can you all prove who really said something about Keisha's kids? Can you all prove who called CPS? Well, technically, everyone wants to be so technical when it comes to these allegations when Keisha's speaking out for herself. Well, technically, Jeremy never called Ashley no one night stand. Technically, he didn't say much about her. Technically, it seemed like they had a cordial situation going on behind the scenes, and he didn't want to talk much about her or give her too much clout because that ain't what it was about. And technically, how the hell can you blame him? And technically, why the hell did she get mad? Nobody called her a hoe. Nobody said she was a skank. Nobody put all type of salacious language in the book about her. Nobody downplayed her. Nobody people, they just didn't glorify her. Why the hell would they? you know? Simply Dan says it's clear as day what was said. They just love to put extra words in Keisha. They love to put Keisha in, and they love to put words in their mouth. And then this is the crazy thing about it. This and everybody say, okay, well, what about the sit down video? What about the sit down video? And okay, so we look at the sit down video. Now it was confusing it was very confusing to me when asked about Ashley. Because it seems like they didn't never really answer the question. It seems like it was edited and it chopped out Jeremy's response and it just gave his general response to how men can feel about women in general, right? But from the way, and like I said, I never really watched the full sit down video. So when I first came to the drama, everybody kept saying, and yeah, and they did a sit down video and they downplayed Ashley then. But that never happened either. That never happened either. What Jeremy was speaking of in general was, I mean, hell, women are not like men. It ain't that deep for men. A man can sleep with you one night and then it don't be nothing else, And so to get clarity, Martin put Jeremy on the phone and he asked Jeremy verbatim, did you have feelings for Ashley? And Jeremy said, yes, of course I did, Martin. Of course. I was messing with her. She was cool. Yes, I cared about her, but they were not so strong that I was going to leave Keesha. That's all. The man admitted out his own mouth that he did have feelings for Ashley to some capacity. And you still got people in the comment section talking about this one night stand comment. The man just cleared it up. He clearly just said, he told y'all what y'all wanted to hear. Y'all wanted to hear that he had Ashley feelings for Ashley so bad. He said it for y'all. He gave y'all what y'all wanted. And y'all still in the comments pissed off for what? He cleared it up. And even before he made, and this is the thing, this is how you know people don't really follow the situation. They just only follow what they want to follow. When the drama first happened and Hazel then went live, Jerry made a live after that. And he admitted, I was capping her down. I was telling her lies. I did. I was whispering some sweet nothings in her ear. I was. But once she got pregnant and everything got real, I let her know what it was. So honestly speaking, Keesha or Jeremy's story ain't changed. Now, Jeremy obviously was being deceptive behind the scenes and fooling with Ashley. But regardless, this man had been said he was lying to Ashley. He had been said he was playing both sides. He gave y'all what y'all wanted. He told y'all he had feelings for. And y'all still in the damn comments going crazy. What the hell is wrong with people? Like, what more do you want? It says no, reading and comprehension are definitely fundamental. Definitely. Because I think that one night he was referring to was the night he messed around and got her pregnant. Right. And Rudy says having feelings for her doesn't mean he wants to marry her. Exactly. And they just mad because he didn't get up here and say, me and Ashley was finna get married. We was finna go run off. I was gonna leave Keesha, make a YouTube channel with Ashley. That's what they want to hear. That's what they want to hear. Listen, guys, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. This man is not the prize. Okay? The man is not the prize. So I don't know why everyone's making it a big deal. You all are putting Jeremy on a pedestal like it really matters who he wanted more than one person. If he's a cheating ass man, why does it matter who he wanted more? Both women could potentially be in a situation where they could get cheated on. So how is this doing anyone any due diligence, or how is it discrediting anyone if he's not choosing one over the other? Like, I don't understand. Or if he's not coming out and saying, I would have left my baby mama, or I would have left Keesha for my baby mama Ashley, or I would have left my baby mama Keesha for Ashley. Like, because he's not coming out and saying, hey, I actually did think about being with Ashley full time. Because he won't say that for you all are highly upset as if you all are not the same person saying that he's such this terrible person. So why would you all want him to be with Ashley? Why would you all want him to be the token man for her? It don't make sense. It says they knew exactly what was said in the book. It is all about creating a narrative to have a reason to drag Keesha. Right. Like, I could see if Keesha was in the book, yeah, and the baby mama ain't then, and she ain't this, and she did shit. Like, she did none of that. She could have. She very well could have. Very much so could have. But she didn't. She kept it cute. She kept it very brief. And people are acting as if she don't owe this girl nothing. Baby, you betrayed. You was in a situation with my baby daddy, and both of y'all was in my house playing in my face. I really got the right to get on here and drag both of y'all. I can really empty the clip on both of y'all. I really can go in on both y'all, honestly. But I'm not gonna do that. Like, she really could have got on here and went in. She didn't have to write no book. She didn't have to do no sit down video. She didn't have to do shit. She really could have got on here and went the hell in. Because she was the one who was being lied to. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. It wasn't as serious as they made it. And if Ashley had a problem, she should have addressed Jeremy. He was wrong, even though with Keesha, but they took that moment to make her look like the villain. Exactly. Like, why you went, like, that's what I'm saying. Why are you making this, why are you making this a Keesha problem when she is just trying to be accommodating to you? You should have been having all this smoke for your baby daddy. Period. Yeah, it's too much hate. I can't wait till Martin breaks it down. They're going to feel like fools with the trolls. Exactly. Hey, Chanel Lene says, well, the baby ain't nothing. Keesha should have said it. Speak. Exactly. We are the prize. I don't know why everybody is putting so much emphasis on how Jeremy felt about Ashley. Does it matter? Y'all say he ain't shit. Y'all say that he's this terrible person. Y'all say he this. Y'all say he that. Y'all claim he ain't got no money. Y'all claim he a bum. Y'all claim he this. Y'all got so many negative things to say about him. So why do you all care how he feels? Y'all, if y'all feel like Ashley is the prize, if y'all feel like she just popping it and she just this wonderful individual, then what does it matter what Jeremy feel about her? She gonna be lit with or without him, right? I'm confused. Y'all acting like his feelings validate who the hell she is. Y'all really trying her for putting this much emphasis on what her baby daddy feel about her, because who gives a damn? Keesha is innocent in this raggedy ass situation, and she's the one they drag. But baby, God is taking all them down one by one. Okay, oh, period. Okay. It says not only that, Keesha also explained on Martin's video that she chopped it up because most of the stuff that Jeremy was saying, she did not want to seem like they were trying to die. Exactly. Like if she would have left it in there where they were saying something about hoes, if she was left it in there where they were having a general conversation about hoes, people would have had a problem with that. Oh, he's calling Ashley a hoe. Oh, he this. Oh, he that. Just like when Hazel them went live and they was calling Jeremy gay and they was talking about him and they was talking about the mama and they was doing all, they was talking about Keesha mama and they was doing all this dragging. So Jeremy, he went live and because they was calling him a deadbeat, all type of stuff. And he went live to explain himself and he ended up calling Ashley a B. Oh my God. The internet went, oh, he called her out her name. Oh my God. Like you all did not just sit up here. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here for a man calling a woman out her name, but I'm also not here for people being disrespectful. You don't got on this internet. You don't call me a deadbeat. You don't say I'm gay. You don't talk about me like a dog, and you think I ain't finna cuss your ass out. Now, I'm like I said, I'm not promoting no man disrespect no woman, but we all human. You ain't finna get on here, call me gay. You got people in your comment section talking about my kids. You laughing. You not checking them. You calling me broke. You on here going in on me. You really trying, man. You think that because I'm a man, baby, you're walking on thin ice. Okay? Period. I mean, well, let's see. Keesha she was very kind. I would have mollywopped both of them, Jeremy and Ashley, at the same time. They would have had to just they would have had to restrain me. I would have been it would have been I would have went upside Jeremy head first, and I wouldn't have had any smoke for Ashley until she came in my house and after she sat out and apologized to me and still continued to mess with Jeremy, I would have had something for her too. I would have went in on both of them. You know? It says a one night, two night, three. Like, yeah, it don't like exactly like they really wanted her to have this outstanding role in this book. Like, come on. At the end of the day, it could have been as simple as this. When Ashley saw all the internet things going on the internet, she could have picked up the phone and said, "What the hell going on? What the hell y'all trying to say? What it is? You know what I'm saying? What going on? You know?" Because at the end of the day, it didn't cause for this exaggerated hate train. It just didn't. Y'all could have talked about this and kept it moving. Like Keesha said, everybody saying, well, why didn't Keesha reach out? Well, why the hell did Keesha have to keep reaching out? Like she said, I'm tired of kissing ass. I'm sick of it. If Ashley had that much of a problem, you know why I say pull up. Call me. If it's that serious, if you want to get out here and tussle, we can do it. But we ain't finna play these internet games like you ain't behind the scenes slick cool with me. Girl, they both would have had it and washed my hands, but she kept it cute. Exactly. I would have went upside his head real good, and then when she kept playing with me, me and her would have had to take it there too. Period. Exactly. I don't know what people don't get. The part where Hazel called Ashley talking about the book, calling her one night stand was nothing but a damn exactly. Nothing but a lie. This man ain't said nothing about you being no damn one night stand. And even if he did call you a one night stand, I'm going to be completely honest. And I mean, and now I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. To me, it makes more sense for somebody to slip up and have a one. It looks better. Let me just say this. To me, it looks better for you to meet somebody and y'all may have a good time at the club and y'all may just have a little one night thing. It happens, right? To me, that sounds better than you been around this whole damn time. Cause with you wanting to be more than, and like I said, I'm not saying that she should have accepted being a one night stand. What I'm saying is, I don't understand why people felt like it would sound any better to say that she's been around the whole time. Both of them to me are on the same playing field. It looks just as bad, if not worse, to knowingly be with somebody who is in a situationship for this extended period of time and be pregnant by this person multiple times and you still sitting over here on the sideline versus you and somebody meet, something go too far, you don't really know that much about them, one thing lead to another, boom, you pregnant, and you want to keep your baby. Hell, to me, the person who's sitting back letting this man play in their face for over these years, that looks worse to me than somebody being a damn one night stand. So I don't understand what was the big outrage anyway. You know, it's all distasteful. Hell. Whatever Keesha wanted to classify her as, Keesha had that right. Right. Their narrative proves the point. They really think that Ashley ain't shit. They think that she deserves to be with Jeremy and Keisha deserves better. I mean, right, because y'all really trying her. Like, y'all literally are sitting up here upset because Jeremy will not claim her, as if she needs to be claimed by Jeremy, as if she's not the prize. Like, y'all literally are making what he say hold weight over her. If I were her, I'd be like, stop trying me. Stop trying to put this man with me. Stop trying to make this man say he would have chose me. Nigga, he wouldn't have had to chose me. I didn't want him. Let's be clear. You know? That's what it should be. Like, y'all really acting like what this man say hold weight over this girl life. Like, I don't need him. Yeah, I'm good on that. Stop trying to make my baby daddy say he would have chose me because he wouldn't have had the choice. First of all, let's be clear. If I was her, that's what I would say. Don't keep asking him would he have chose me like he had an option. I run this. I was running the show. That's how I would have approached the situation. So to me, y'all are trying her by keep trying to make Jeremy say he would choose her over Keesha. That's an insult. It says Ashley let trolls and Hazel get in her ears. She is really weak and can't take it. It says, to me, your point sounds better. I'd rather be a one night stand than a willing partner in a cheating mess. I mean, I'm just being real. I'm being so honest. I would rather go down as mean somebody. We had too much to drink. We had a good time at the club, and boom, we have a baby out of the situation. Ha ha, that's a funny story. We'll tell it to you when you get 18. I'd rather have that situation than I sat here. I watch your dad on YouTube play house every day. I watch your dad love on somebody else and have other kids, but I willingly laid there with my legs open the whole time and got whatever I can get. Like, oh wow, that sounds much better. That sounds way much better. Hey, Gordo. It says one night stand or a constant side chick. Right. Like, so you would rather be known as somebody who sat here, why this man played house with somebody on the internet all day, every day. You would rather be known as somebody who played a role. And don't get me wrong, like I said, we've all been there. We've all been there. You know, I'm not judging nobody. All I'm saying is, listen, make it make sense. It says if Keisha would have publicly berated Jeremy, they would love to see and eat that up. But Keisha is, I'm going to respect you in public, but tell you that you're wrong in private. Exactly. Like, exactly. Like, if she would have got on here dragging him, they would have loved that. And then they would have loved it and then flipped on her and been like, oh my God, you're disrespecting Ashley. Like what y'all want to do? Y'all want her to y'all want her to y'all don't want her to be y'all don't want her to call Ashley a one night stand, but you all want her to also not throw rocks and hide her hands. You all say she's fake and she phony and she does things behind the scenes, but you all don't want her to publicly express how she feels about Ashley. Like, child. Hold on, y'all. My child's grandma texts me. Dang. All right, let's see. It just don't make sense. It just do not make sense. But yeah. Whew. But y'all, I have been on here for an hour and 33 minutes. So I just want to sum it up by saying this. I don't get the outrage. I don't understand why the comment sections are in shambles. All Martin Lewis is trying to do, he's trying to give us the background. No one is saying that we have to agree with Keesha staying with Jeremy. No one is saying that we have to promote people being cheated on and accepting people accepting a man having a baby on you. No, that's not what this is about. But in my opinion, his video clearly laid out the receipts that the bulk of this drama was because people who did not read the book and people who misconstrued comments clearly instigated a situation between Ashley and Keesha when both Ashley, Keesha, and Jeremy had an understanding behind the scenes. And the only reason why that understanding behind the scenes went left is because Ashley and Jeremy failed to communicate effectively as parents. It's because Ashley and Jeremy put more energy into their physical relationship and their sneaking and geeking than their co-parenting. It is because Ashley and Jeremy were the only ones who held the primary responsibility to make the situation respectful and amicable, and they both failed to do so. So why the hell are we still blaming Keesha? Martin laid everything out on the table, period. He laid it out on the table how people took a comment that Keesha made and lied and twisted it. He made it clear who exposed Ashley's information. He made it clear the inappropriate conversations that were still going on behind the scenes. He laid everything out to let you all know that this was a big misunderstanding. And the narrative that Keesha was trying to discredit someone or disrespect someone or bully somebody or be mean to somebody or be obsessed with somebody, that just was not true. And that is the premises on which people came to the internet. And don't get me wrong, I'm all here for people standing up for themselves. I'm here for it. But if you're going to come with the truth, period. And this Martin conversation is literally proving the point. Exactly. And all of you all going ham in the comments, and there's a video. Oh, thank you. OC Girl says, thank you for sharing your opinion. You're welcome. You're welcome, honey. And last but not least, everybody who literally is in the comments in the first 5 minutes of an hour-long video bashing and leaving negative comments about Keesha, you all are a part of the problem. You all are why we're still here 2 years later talking about this situation. You all are the reason why this situation never will die off, because you all do the most. You all hype up situations. You all exaggerate. You all run with misinformation. You all like to keep it going. So at the end of the day, for the people saying, oh my God, Keesha needs to heal in peace. Oh my God, Keesha is... No, you all are the reason why this continues to go, because no one knows how to realistically dissect the situation. We can all have a different opinion. We can all agree to disagree. We can all be Team Keesha or Team Ashley or Jeremy or whoever. It doesn't matter. Everyone can have their perspective. But at the end of the day, that's not what this is about. This is about you all took a normal situation where someone is dealing with infidelity, someone is dealing with their baby daddy, someone is dealing with their baby mama. You all take a situation that happens every day, all day in people's household and turn it into a situation to create a hate train. And I am so ready for more parts to come out, because you all are a part of the problem. Now, I'm not taking the responsibility off the adults who put this information out here and who participated, but The people in the comment section ready to drag somebody before you even know the whole story, ready to drag somebody before you even watch 2 minutes of the video, are 100% a part of the problem, like Rudy said. Period. 100% a part of the problem. And hopefully next video, before we start dragging, before we start criticizing, before we start getting upset when people are clearing this up, these videos are to clear up the misconceptions. It's not to pin one person against each other. It's not to make one person looks better than the other. Krista Brown says Ashley just needs therapy. It seems like she has so much turmoil and drama in her life, but her terrible decision making is what caused it. But yet she believes she's a victim of it all. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's because the internet has made her feel that way. And I just wish that people would be more realistic. At the end of the day, let's watch these videos in this full length. This is not to pin one person against each other. This is to learn about a backstory that led to a hate train. That's it. That's all. All that tussling, all that disrespect in the comment section ain't cause for. If you have an opinion that differs from mine, that's cool. But if someone is coming out and taking the time to clear things up, hear them out. That's all. That's it. I love you all and thank you all for joining me. I enjoyed talking to you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Happy Friday, y'all. Have a good weekend.